May we have your attention, please?
Hey, MK3 fam, it's your girl Works, and I am out here trying to get some exercise, and because I missed a couple days this week, so I figured this would be the perfect opportunity for us to have some cruise talk. All right, but before I do that, let me do my housekeeping. I just want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers, and thank you to all my returning subscribers, and for all those people who just come through who are not subscribed. I appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so as some of you may have guessed by some of the videos I've released, I've taken a couple cruises this year, and I'm definitely grateful for that. So, but it was a couple things that I wanted to talk about. All right, one of them is, do you care if you cruise or if you're contemplating a cruise? Do you care if it is an older ship or does it have to be a new ship? So, I have sailed predominantly on older ships, but I actually have sailed on three new ships. So the Fantasy, I sailed the Fantasy when the Fantasy was new. I think it might have been a year, no more than 2 years old when I sailed that one, but I'm thinking it was a year. The Disney Dream, I sailed that when it was a couple months old. And the MSC Divina, I sailed that when I think it might have been in its first year, maybe something like that. So I have done cruises on new ships, but like I said, most of my cruises have been on old ships. So I don't mind either. I don't like an old ship if the old ship hasn't been taken care of. If it doesn't look well maintained, that's a problem for me. But if they are staying on top of it and, doing really nice refurbishments through their dry dock, I don't mind. There's one ship that I told myself I would never sail on again, and that's the Carnival Sensation, which is an older ship. I hated it. I felt like they didn't care how the ship looked, just hated it. But the Disney Pride, I mean, not the Disney Pride, the Carnival Pride and the Carnival Legend are both older ships, and I definitely feel like uh, they're trying hard to keep those ships looking nice. So, I'm not a cruise snob per se. It doesn't matter to me if it's an older ship or a newer ship, just as long as it's maintained well. Now, I am scared that if I start sailing Carnival's new ships, that I won't want to get on an old ship. And that is what scares me because when I did the Disney Dream was new and it looked very similar to the Disney Wonder. So the Dream was like 10 years newer than the Wonder. And I liked the Wonder. So when I got onto so I didn't really notice that big of a difference between the uh, Wonder and the Dream, even though they were in sailing, like the Dream was the new one and the Wonder was, 10 plus years older because I sailed the Wonder twice and the Dream once. And when we sailed the Wonder, I think we might have sailed the Wonder maybe a year or so before we got on the Dream. So I really didn't notice that big of a difference, but maybe that's the Disney factor. I'm not sure. I have seen the videos online of like the Mardi Gras, and compared to the Pride or the Legend, they are totally different. Totally. Like, I mean, whoa. So I'm scared that if I get on one of those new ships, I'm not going to find the charm in the old ships. But anywho, I just want to know your thoughts on that. So we're going to switch gears and talk about some craziness that I noticed on this last Disney cruise that we took. So you can always link your sailing, I think, with most cruise lines with a credit card or something like that. And when I first started cruising, I always brought cash. And then for maybe two cruises, I linked my card. And I realized when I linked my card that I was really not cognizant of how much I was spending. And I didn't like that. So I went back to cash. So when I was doing all of my pre-check-in at home for the Disney Cruise Line, they wanted to know if we were going to do cash or a card, and I said cash. And so then some sort of notification came up, or I can't remember if someone told me, but uh, somehow I was made aware that I would only have access based on the days of sailing to $300, and once I get to that $300 limit, they're going to cut me off. And I said, wait a minute, cut me off? What do you mean? I'm putting 1,000 on there. And they was like, oh, you're going to put 1,000 on there? Oh, well, you don't have to worry. And I was like, okay, that's great. But what did you mean by if I pay cash, I have a limit of $300? And so she said, oh, well, it goes based on the amount of days you're sailing. So for the sailing cruise that I took, I think it was 5 nights or 6 nights, something like that, it was $300. But then if it's longer, it can be $500 or $700. And I said, I still don't understand. Why would I get cut off if I have 1,000 though? And she said, oh no, this is how much Disney will let you spend before they cut you off. And then you have to come and bring them some money. I said, what? What are you talking about? I said, so you're saying I could get on the ship and not put any money on my account, and they're going to let me spend money? And then when I get to this magical number, that's when they're going to tell me, we're cutting you off. You got to come and settle your bill and give us some money. And she was like, yeah. I was shocked. What? Because let me tell you who doesn't do that. Carnival don't let you spend nothing. If you don't have some money or a card on the books, they're not letting you spend anything. So it makes me wonder, have they never been burnt financially? Because what's to stop somebody from getting to that $300, $500, or $700 limit, and then Disney cuts you off and they say, okay, that's fine. And they just don't go and settle up that bill. They be like, you gave me this credit. I didn't ask for it. Or what if somebody goes and gets all their pictures and then just walks off the boat? What are they going to do? You don't even have a credit card for them. I just never heard of such. You do not get to spend money on, at least Carnival. I can't remember for MSC because I only sailed with them once. But at least for Carnival, they are not letting you spend up this money. Now, maybe for the rewards level that I am, maybe for platinum guests, they might could do it. But I know I'm in gold. I can't do it. I have to put money down or link a card. And that's how I'm able to do transactions. But I think it's wonderful that Disney does that. But it was just so shocking to me that they basically do it on an honor system. Like, okay, come on and pay this bill. So tell me, does any other cruise line do that? Because I don't know. Or if you're in a higher level for Carnival, do they do that? I'm really not sure. So let me know. Leave that down in the comments if you know. Because I've only sailed with Disney, Carnival, and MSC. So I don't know what Norwegian or Royal Caribbean or Princess or any of those other ones. I don't know what they do. So I thought that was crazy. So now this is a little mini rant that I wanted to get into, but it's pertaining to cruising. So that's why I said I'm going to go ahead and have me a cruise talk today. Can you all stop pooping on Nassau in the Bahamas? And I know you're like, what? There are so many YouTubers and people that I know that all poop on Nassau. They'll be like, oh, it's nothing to do there. You know, they don't get off the boat. It's boring. It's this, it's that. I can't stand when I hear that. I hate it. It's more to Nassau than Bay Street. It's more to Nassau than the Straw Market. So if you want to see more of Nassau, do a tour. We have done so many tours now. I do know people that live there, so sometimes they'll just pick us up from the boat and take us around. But we have done different tours. They have a rum factory. We've done a rum factory tour. We've done a couple historical tours. We've done some beach days. You know, we've done all of that. So it is different things to do in Nassau. So explore the island. You know, now that's the best I can tell you. Explore the island. Now, the other thing that I don't like that I've been hearing some YouTubers say is how they feel like they're begging when you get off the ship. That's anywhere. So let's not act like that's just Nassau, okay? And for some of these ones that they make their living doing their YouTube vlogs and stuff like that, do you really want the Department of Tourism to see you pooping on the island like that? Like, cut it out. All of these places get their money from tourism. So it's not just Nassau. It's other islands. It's other countries. They do it as well. So can we stop pooping on Nassau? Thank you. Enough said. Okay, so what else did I want to go over with? I wanted to talk about the rewards program. So I was thinking Carnival done gypped me out of my free drink. And because back in the day, if you've been selling Carnival for a while, they used to have like this little, I don't know, meet and greet type of thing where you come, you get a free cocktail, maybe some hors d'oeuvres, see a little movie about Carnival, stuff like that. They don't do that anymore. So now the last night of your sailing after 5 p.m., because obviously I didn't read all of that, that's when you can go and get your free cocktail. So I missed out on my free drink. The next sailing that I'm going on, I'm definitely going to make sure I get my free cocktail that night. Because I don't play. I don't believe in leaving any of my freebies on the table. Not at all. So I think my next cruise talk, I might want to talk about tips, how I feel about it. And these cruise lines changing their reward levels for their past passengers. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So this was just a little discussion talking about cruising, all things cruising, while I'm trying to get this exercise. So go ahead, tell me, what's your favorite cruise line if you're still here? What's your favorite ship? What is your dream ship? What's the dream ship or itinerary that you want to go on? And share this channel out. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and you guys know what it is. Bye!